I'm going to show you a no-nonsense way of milling lumber. I watch a lot of milling videos because I enjoy watching it. I mill myself. And I figure I might be able to learn something here and there. And hey, I'm all for learning something. The problem is what I see with most of these videos, these guys spend a whole lot of time, to me, wasted, measuring this, measuring that, figuring this, figuring that, rolling the log this way, rolling the log that way. And they just take forever to mill a log. And that's not what I do. Right now, I'm milling a bunch of lumber to completely build a she shed for my daughter-in-law. And I'm going to cover the floor with my own planking instead of plywood. I'm going to cover the roof rafters instead of plywood. I'm going to use my own planking. So a lot of this stuff, and the siding is going to be Adirondack siding, which for people that don't know what that is, it's siding that the bottom edge of the board is irregular. Whatever the shape of the log was, that's what the bottom end is. It's a really rough look, but it's a nice look. The point I'm making here is I don't need to go through all this fancy figuring in order to come up with this lumber. It's a shed. It doesn't matter. And a lot of the stuff I do doesn't matter. I'm getting ready to build a house. I'm going to have everything in the house is going to be wood. Walls, floors, ceiling, everything. But it don't matter if I have some boards are 8 inches and some are 8.5 or some are 7.5. None of that matters. It's a basically an 8-inch look, give or take. I don't care. I also don't need things to be exactly an inch. What I do when I mill a log, I put the log on there, I bring the blade down to the closest 1-inch mark. Could be 13 inches, could be 18 inches, whatever it is. I stay on that. I make that cut, then I drop an inch and I make the next cut. And then I drop an inch and make a next cut. And yes, I got to take the blade thickness out of there. It ends up the board is 7/8. I'm fine with that. It doesn't matter. To cover the floor of this shed or to put it in my house, it doesn't matter. I'm only planning on planing one side of that board anyways, so why make it a full 1 inch? And in a lot of cases, I'll get an extra board out of a log by doing that. So what I do is I set it on that 1 inch and then I just keep that 1 inch. This is if I'm milling 1 by stuff, which today is what I'm going to be doing. And you take the figure out of it. You don't have to figure all this stuff. You just put it on an inch, make the cut. If it's not what you want, drop it down another inch. And if you can get something incidental wood out of that piece, then fine. In this case, I'm getting most of my siding from these incidental boards. So I don't have to do anything but throw them in a pile and I'm going to use them for siding. If I was going to cut them into something else like I do for the inside of my house, then I'll take that and I'll stand them on edge and I'll rip them down to 1x6s or 1x4s or whatever I can get out of them. But I don't need to do all that figuring, and I don't need to paste something down a log and scratch my head and wonder what am I going to do next. People that do that always come across to me like they don't really know what they're doing. They're trying to figure it out as they go. And to be honest with you, it irks me a little bit. It's like, just do it. You know, people make a major project out of something that doesn't have to be. It's that KISS thing. Keep it simple, stupid. And it's words to live by. And you can get a whole lot more done with that kind of an attitude. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And it's no nonsense and no messing around. Just do it. Make wood. It doesn't matter. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little alteration to my mill. I've had it for about a year now, and I've been struggling with this for a year, and it's bothering me. So today I'm going to fix it. And what it is where the log dogs are situated, which are these yellow things that hold the log in place. Now this one is fine. This one is the problem because you can see there's a jack here in the middle. So when you got your cant down to where it's only 2 or 3 inches, I can't use this because it interferes with this. The jack interferes with it. This is a 24-foot trailer. I have to have that jack in the middle or this thing would it would sag in the middle and all my cuts would be sagging. So when you get down here, when you get 12-foot or more logs, then you got this other log dog here, which is fine. But it's the 8s and 10s and 6s that this becomes a problem with this. So what I'm going to do to solve this, this is only held on with 2 bolts on either side. I'm going to move this thing over here. It gives it a little more distance in between these 2 log dogs. It also doesn't interfere with this anymore, and I think that'll make my life a whole lot easier. So that's what I'm going to start with today. I'm just going to drill 4 holes, and I'm going to move that thing over to this side of this thing. Had they put this jack here instead of here, it wouldn't be a problem. So it's a little bit of a bad design on their part as far as I'm concerned, but I can fix it by drilling 4 holes. So that's what I'm going to do first. noticed a lot of guys, after their first cut, serious cut, they roll the log 180 degrees. Not sure why they do that. It doesn't make sense to me. I roll at 90 degrees, I make the next couple of passes, and then I have a square corner to work off, and I just keep rolling at 90 degrees until I get my camp done. Maybe somebody can explain to me why they flip it all the way around, but it doesn't make sense to me. This log is way longer than I need it to be. I'm more interested in what I get out of the bottom 12 feet and the middle 12 feet. So that's why I'm not concerned about down in there. So the cant is going to end up 7 inches. I could have made it 7.5, but I would have wasted that piece of siding on top. So I opted to go with the piece of siding and I end up with a 7-inch cant, which is fine. So that's the no-nonsense way of doing a log. Just do it. You don't have to do all that figure. I may waste a little wood here and there, but it's not worth the effort. And actually, in some cases, I gain wood. Maybe other guys don't get. Like a couple of pieces of siding that may be only 7 or 8 feet long, but I'm building a 12-foot shed and I'm gonna have doors and windows, so I'll use that. It just drives me nuts when people get carried away with all the doodads and figuring and all that kind of stuff. It's just do it. Need to put my mower on and mow down this field. It's getting kind of overgrown. We've had so much rain this year that everything is just growing wild. There's a nice log right there. We should get some good wood out of that. Almost too heavy for me to handle with this thing. It's a beautiful log right here. cant is now 10 inches. It's a little too wide for what I want, so I'm going to take one more slice off, and that'll be siding, and then I'll end up with a 9-inch plank. If you're watching me when I'm milling, sometimes my mouth hangs open. Can't help it. I'm concentrating hard. Beautiful boards here. Nice and straight and flat. Few knots, but that's okay. I like knots. There's some nice stuff here. Okay, thanks for watching.